Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 2 of Project 23 with Manchester United. As always, thanks for joining me. You know I love it. You know I appreciate it. You're a bunch of legends if you've come back after episode 1. If you're brand new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you also click that bell and you'll never miss one of my videos. Get involved in the comments, become a patron if you want. You'll find a link to that down below in the description. If you're already a patron, you guys, honestly, your support is massive. You keep the channel going, so thank you very much. Most important thing though is you're here right now and you're giving me a view. I love that. I love a good view and I love you. I do. Anyway, it is season 2 and I've enjoyed playing it. I'm still enjoying playing the game. I still haven't really noticed any bugs or anything yet personally, but it's kind of been a slog. It's been a slog. I've had to put the right shift in to get through this season, but again, I've enjoyed it. Is it going to have a happy ending though, like episode 1? We'll find out. And I'll try and make it a bit shorter. I'll try and be bloody best, so let's get into it. So then we're going to start with the new players, and of course I showed you 3 of them I think in the last episode. The first one is the new backup keeper, Marco, who signed on a free from Atalanta. I think he was out on loan before that, but for a free. He's a cracking little prospect, I think. We did sign on a minimum fee of around 40 million, Enzo Fernandez. Great little player, I think. I didn't know much about him. Like I said, I've been watching a few videos on YouTube, and that's what made me think to have a look at him in the game. And he's going to be Fred's replacement. Then, of course, Diego Costa, another minimum fee of around 40 million. So, my new number 1. I think he could be a great keeper. We'll see how he does. But I only had about 90 million to spend, so I needed to create more wealth. And I did sell a lot of players. Now, I'm not going to go for them all because there's a lot. And I sold a lot of youth players as well. Good players like Hannibal and so on. You know, got 10 million here, 7 million there. You know, reduce that wage bill. So I had more to play with and ended up with a couple of 100 million to spend. And I definitely spent it. Now, one of the big outs was Luke Shaw. Got 28.5 million from Paris Saint-Germain. Now, I wasn't going to sell him. He had a year left on his deal. And I spoke to his agent. His agent said, yes, he wants to do a new contract. So I went to do the new contract and he said, no, I want to explore my options at the end of my contract. So I thought, well, I want to explore my options, mate. So I put him up for sale. And I think 28.5 million for Luke Shaw with only 1 year left on his deal is mint. David De Gea, I did say I was going to try and sell him. I only got 10 million for him. I had to keep putting it down. There's quite a lot of clubs wanted him, but his wages are so big. But he's ended up going to Monaco. Anthony Martial, got about 17.5 million for him. He's gone to Inter Milan. Again, big wages. A lot of clubs interested. Probably could have got a bit more for him, but it's wages, isn't it? Man United paid silly money in wages. Now, they're the main ones. Now, again, there's a lot more like Dean Henderson. A lot of the other guys left like Bailey and Tellez, who were out on loan the previous year. Got a lot of money for some good youth. I mean, there's a left back called Fernandez, who I think we'd signed from Real Madrid. I wasn't going to sell him, but I got offered 20 million for him from Real Valencia, or whatever they're called, in Spain. Got a name like that. So I did create a lot of money, freed up so much in them wages, and brought in a couple of players. Now, for a combined fee of 70 million, it's spread out. I brought in Mr. Timber. Now, I wanted a right back, but I like this lad because he can play at centre half and defensive midfield as well. But it was a toss-up between him and a lad called Frimpong from Leverkusen, who's got loads of pace, but I just felt he was lacking in certain areas, and both similar-ish maybe, I don't know. I decided to go for Timber and we got him. Next up, for a combined fee of around 100 and something million, it's alright, we'll pay it off in bits. I brought in Josko. Now, I can't say his name. Is it Gavadal? Answers on a postcard. If you're brand new to this channel, get used to my crappy pronunciation. I just can't do it. But I like him. I know of him. I think I've had him in a previous save last year. And I like him because he can play centre half. So he's going to bulk me up there. And left back. But I did want another left back to replace Luke Shaw. The other guy I brought in mainly to be a centre half, although he will play a lot of left back. So I was looking and found Tyreek Mitchell, who hasn't got a face. I will sort that out, hopefully. He's cost me about 30 million spread out from Crystal Palace. I think he's a decent little player, good squad player, and he's English. So that still leaves me with a little bit of money. Still got loads of, look at that. The amount of wages I cleared is insane. So I've still got money there. Still got a bit of money in the bank. But this club goes massively into debt as the season progresses. Don't even matter if you're in the Champions League. And then every summer it gets a crazy amount of money comes in and sorts that out. I don't know if it's the best way to be, but it is what it is. Now, I've also promoted Ethan Laird. however you want to say it. You say it how you want to say it, tomato. Decent little player, can play at right back, cover at left back. So he's been promoted. And apart from that, it's the same team. Players like Donny van der Beek are decent squad players for me, I think. Still got Garnacho playing. And that's the thing. Obviously, with Martial leaving, Rashford played mainly on the left. He will play a lot for me on the left. But I've got him who can cover up top. Anthony can play up top. I just ain't got the money to buy another striker just yet. That might be my next project next summer. But I think we'll soldier on through with that. Because I've got cover on the wings. I've got Sancho and Anthony. Got Garnacho and Alanga, and that'll do me. Because you need squad players, don't you? I've still got players like McTominay, who I know he's a bit shit, but he's a good squad player. And that's it. The squad's the same. I'm not going to go through it all. You know how it is. There will be changes at the end of the season. Some people are going to want to get pissed off. But again, I can slowly start rebuilding, keep doing it bit by bit. It's a project. I'm loving it. I'm just going to show you this in one go. We had a big pre-season. Played a good few games, got BFFC Bay in, fair enough. Cracking game against Newcastle. Then we went on a 4-game tour of the States, and of course played the Community Shield, which I lost 1-0. Luis Diaz getting the goal. Bit gutted about that, but then, obviously, because we won the Europa League, we're into the UEFA Super Cup, which is great. Played Real Madrid, you know what I mean? Back-to-back Champions League winners in-game. And beat them 2-0, so I was really happy with it. We stepped up and at least got one of the cups. So, you know, lots of football to play. Lots of football. We've got the league, in the Champions League, of course, which I can't wait. That's where this club should be. So then going to be my main focuses, really. Stay in that top 4. I mean, we finished runners up last year. Can we do that again? Get as far into the Champions League as I can. Why not? Let's test ourselves. Obviously, we won the Super Cup. And then the 2 domestic cups. BT in the Carabao. I know it's disrespect. Is it disrespect? It's not disrespectful. I think when you've got bigger aims, and then we'll see how it goes in the FA Cup. If we can pick one up, happy days. Obviously, with a few changes, the bookies still got us sitting in 4th, same as last year. Even though we did finish up runners up, I mean that top 6 is just the main top 6, really, isn't it? I still can't believe Newcastle got relegated. I mean, how are Newcastle doing on your saves? Have a look. Because obviously they've got a good team, got a lot of money. That surprised me, I'll be honest with you. But it is what it is. Let's have a look down here. Promoted teams: Watford, Norwich and Middlesbrough. I'll tell you what though, this man I think is brilliant, right? I think he's brilliant. Like I said in the last episode, there's only one Haaland, but to have a player that can just at least be close to him is absolutely fantastic, and I'm hoping he can do that again this year. He's 24 now, get a bit better, just keep scoring them goals. He scored a lot for me last year, 13-35 it says there, so if he does that again, I'd be more than happy. I did have a comment in my last video where I don't know if this person stopped watching it after that, but they basically said to me, once they saw Ronaldo got sold, game over, your season's finished. So you couldn't have watched it all then, because I think we did pretty well without him. Do you know what I mean? Gotta move on, man. Get over it. So one of our main rivals, Manchester City, you know, the noisy neighbours across the other side of town, they bought Cody Gakpo. Obviously, the young Dutch lad, young winger, can play up front, looks really good in the game, and I was wondering about him because United have been linked with him. I think with Leeds United linked with him in real life, I think. But yeah, they spent big money on him. And that's their main signing, the one and only main signing. Liverpool's one and only main signing for around 40 million is Matteo. Can't say his second name. Didn't he used to play for Arsenal? Can't remember. Marseille, Berlin, Arsenal. Yeah, thought I recognised his face. So that's Liverpool. They've only gone for one big signing. Chelsea, another rival. They've only brought in one player for 14 million. Personally, I've never heard of him. Don't shoot me. But I like this. Everyone seems like they're just... Obviously, we brought a lot of players in. 5-6 main players, but all the other big teams, they look settled. So is that going to go against me, or will it work in my favour? I don't know. Arsenal have bought this young man. What's her name? Coop Miners, 25-year-old Dutchman, for 50 million. He's got him, innit? So then let's jump all the way to the 1st of January and dip straight in to the Premier League, where we are currently second on 41 points, 3 points off City, although we do have a game in hand at this point. And getting some distance between the rest, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs. Look at Wolves. Wolves are decent this year. It's not bad. Is it? Where's Chelsea? Maybe you should have spent more than 14 million, Graham. Christ. But yeah, Erling Haaland, top goal scorer. But Victor's there. I'm happy having the second best player because it's Erling Haaland, isn't it? Mr. Robot himself. So yeah, the first half it's going really well. Lost 2, drawn 2. Bit frustrating at times. Let's look at the results in the league. Started off fantastic. Didn't get beat until we played Liverpool and we got beat 2-1. Absolutely gutted with that. Then went on another cracking run until we got beat off City. Didn't go down to 10 men like we did last year at their place. But again, it was like, got to the end of the game and then they just kicked on a game and stuck a load past us. But what a reply. I love Everton. Nothing against Everton. But it's nice to bounce back with a 7-0 victory. And again, decent little run. So, we're up there with punching. I mean, we've only been beat off City and Liverpool, both away. It happens. When it comes to the Carabao Cup, we are out at the quarterfinals, beating the whole competition. Luton did well against West Brom 2-1, and then we got absolutely annihilated off Wolves, but Wolves were good and they went for it. We didn't. I give lots of guys a game, but I'm fine with that. Well, what about the Champions League? Well, we were in Group D, which at first looks, tough because you've got 3 big clubs there, but was undefeated, although we only won 3, and we drew 3. So there you go. Drew with Milan twice, drew with Barca, obviously beat Bold Glimt twice, and beat Barca in a cracking game, a 5-2. So very happy with that. You want to top that group. It was very close though. Very exciting. It's good to be in it with Man United, you know what I mean? But again, sometimes, similar to last season, maybe similar to real life, and it's going to be the case for it really over the whole season, is there's times when we're just amazing. And then there's times when I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Create chances and we're not scoring, or we just don't turn up at certain random games. So yeah, I want to get to that point, hopefully, where we're just super consistent. You want to be just a machine, but I suppose that also get boring when you become a machine. So that bit where you're like, oh, we don't really know sometimes what's going to happen, who's going to turn up, can kind of make it a bit more exciting. Anyway, we're through. Oh, that's brilliant. And we will be facing Atletico Club Bilbao, who have one of my favourite United players back there, where I think we signed it from, Ander Herrera. Loved him. So I'm expecting to get past them. Surely we should be. Just a quick look at the finances. You can see the club does lose money, even though we're in the Champions League. I mean, that wage bill's still big, but it's surprising me a bit. You think, you're going to have money coming in all the way through the year and tickets and so on, but yeah, the club seems to get like in about 100 million debt and then clears it and does that every summer. We need new owners. The Glaziers, real life and in game, need to go. So this is a squad at the halfway point, and there's going to be a moment really where we start getting pick up a few injuries and so on, and I think it does affect us. A lot of football gets played as well, but it's football, isn't it? That's what you have to do as a manager. You still have to put a team out. It's not that bad. But having Anthony and Sancho not playing at this moment isn't great. And Rashford, I mean, that's 3 guys who can play out wide. Rashford is unhappy. He signed a new deal. He's not happy with. I think he wants to play up top all the time. That ain't happening when you got Victor. So I could be selling Rashford in the summer, clearing him out, bring someone new in. That'll bring in good wages, good money, I reckon. Obviously, players like Lindelof are going to want to go because he's not playing all the time. But I'm happy with that. Bringing another good young centre half. I'm just excited to just keep changing it and bringing in good young players, top young players. It's a lot of fun. Now jump forward to mid-March, where we are still second. We're now 6 points off City and level on games. So I'd still be happy at this moment during this series with the build and the changing of United. If we could finish runners up again, I'd say that. Victor still number 2 in the goal scoring charts by a distance behind Romelu Lukaku. At Chelsea, I have not seen that. I've not even noticed it, I'll be honest with you. Yeah. He went on loan back to Inter, didn't he? I don't know why I did. They bought him back, but they haven't had to. He's come back to Chelsea and he's doing alright, isn't he? 50p feet. But yeah, Victor and Bruno are the next best players after the robot. Not Real Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain. Buy him. Get rid of him and we'll win the league. I think we would. If they didn't have him, we'd be winning the league. They're still undefeated, Man City. They better not get an invincible season. We're not having that. So in the Premier League, the new year started off with a defeat to Arsenal. Brilliant. Away. Struggling away at the big boys, aren't we? But then, look, at home, we've beaten Liverpool, which is brilliant. A couple of good wins, but some frustrating games. Like the Brentford 0-0 was annoying. We got beat off Fulham. Not a B team. They just dicked me. Don't know why. Again, won a good few games. I'm just drawn against Crystal Palace. Look at that. Anyway, we're still up there. We're still fighting. As long as we're keeping the Champions League. But the aim, obviously, I've got to try and win the Premier League back or Champions League. A big trophy for a big club. A good friend Lee from down south, Spurs fan. Love you, Lee. Great support on my channel. You'll love this one. Because I didn't B-team it. I was just like, what? Stop fucking scoring. My God. Anyway, I didn't want to win the FA Cup. In the Champions League, we started off, 3-3. Well, again, one of them frustrating games where we forget how to defend. But when they came to Old Trafford, put on a freaking show there, didn't we? I mean, Ander Herrera, he's a red for life. Did us a solid, didn't he? Now, we've had some good ding-dong battles with Arsenal in the league last year, and of course, we met him in the Europa League final where we just turned it on. Do you remember that goal from Anthony, by the way? He won from like nearly halfway line. One of the best goals I've ever seen on this game. Well, we drew Arsenal in the next knockout, where we drew 2-2 at Old Trafford. Gabriel bloody Jesus. Anyway, could we go to the Emirates and get a result? No, we couldn't. We got beat. Very annoying this. I know it's Arsenal, a good team, and we seem to be, quite equally matched. We can batter them, they can beat us. It's quite good. I like that. I don't like going out now, though. I mean, did I want to win the Champions League? Of course. Hopefully I can before this series ends. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? For me and any United fans out there. So yeah, bit miffed. So we're just in the Premier League now, innit? And we were a good few points off City. City look unstoppable. And we're just going to be finishing this season with a Europa Super League Cup. I mean, it's better than nothing. It's better than a kick in the balls, isn't it? Well, maybe not. No. Because with one game left to play, which is against Chelsea, we're pretty shit to be fair, the 10th, but it's still Chelsea. We could win the league. We are 2 points clear now. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I mean, City have only lost 3, but look how many they've drawn. We've lost 5, drawn 6, and there's been times with some of the games I've played, I'm thinking, we are a title winning side here. But you end up getting to the last game of the season, top of the league, and I'm like, I just feel like we've been a bit average at times. I think other teams are a bit average, or is it just the fact that this league right now is super competitive and anyone can just beat anyone on the day? So highlighting Everton, these are the games you haven't seen. Drew with them, 1-1, disappointed, I'm not going to lie, especially because we've got that goal in the 79th minute, but anyway, forget that. Beat Leeds, which, was always good to beat them. Bit of a rival. And then that to me, and we absolutely dicked them. They were shit. And I'm not knocking City. They were a good team, but they didn't create, didn't do anything. They were really poor. It was brilliant. Beat Watford 1-0, drew West Ham. And I mean, that's the thing, drawing West Ham, no offence to them, but I feel like we should have beat them. Got beat off Spurs again. Spurs doing me for fun this season. Just beat Middlesbrough 2-0. But City, they started off so well, but they are still in the Champions League. Now, we got knocked out in the quarters. Look how many points they've dropped. I mean, what's that in the Premier League? The last 3 games, lost, draw. They just dropped too many points while we started winning, even though we did get beat off Spurs, but they're still in that Champions League. It just take away from you, and maybe that's their focus. Maybe Pep wants that, because this is a club that really wants to win it. They're going up against Real Madrid, though, who've just won the last 2. So, I mean, if anyone can beat City, it's Real Madrid. I mean, Real Madrid can't beat us, Super Cup final. But you know what I mean? They can beat City. So here we go. This is my squad arranged by average rating. Look at Victor. 42 goals. He's class. Bruno Fernandes. 26. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Like I said, Rashford's asked to leave now. You can go. So here we go. Very excited. Old Trafford. That's my team. Rashford is only playing because Sancho's injured. Fucking win your little get. Seriously, I can't be arsed with you. You're going. I reckon I'll get decent money for him. Coming up against 50p feet. Still a good team, that though, isn't it? How are they 10th? How are you 10th? Crazy. 30 points behind us or something. So yeah, thank you very, very, very much for returning, especially if you're new and you returned since episode 1. Hopefully you'll stick around on my channel. If you've never seen my stuff, you might enjoy it, because I'm hoping to bring out loads of content like I always do. I do stories. If you've never seen them, go check them out. You might enjoy them. They're very different to what anyone else does. I've got a good few ideas for this year, and I think we've just given away a penalty. Check your penalty review. Get a new graphic, don't you then? Look, penalty awarded. It's bloody massive and all. Right, come on, Costa. Come on, lad. Come on, focus. It's freaking Lukaku. It's Lukaku. Bollocks. Why has he scored? Look at him. Loves it, doesn't he? Straight away through kickoff. Injury. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely amazing. But he can play left back. And of course, the little RG himself, he can slot straight there. Right, there we go. Bloody hell. What a great start to this game, eh? What a fantastic start. But that Mitchell's not a bad little player, you know. But anyway, yeah, I do loads of different videos, and I'm thinking of bringing out a few more. Oh! Get in. Loves a header from a corner. Yeah, right. But I mean, I'm hoping to bring out a few more like one-off videos like I've done in the past, like databases I can put out there for you to play and have fun with. Is Bruno. Go on, Bruno, find Victor. No, he's gone for it. The American Premier League, I've not done it for years. I really enjoyed putting that together. I think I'm going to bring that back out. I'm also going to be bringing out another Ted Lasso video like I did last year. Loads of little one-off little experiments, obviously my stories. But the thing I can't wait to bring back is the Road to Anywhere. Loved it the last couple of years when me and my CCPO go on our adventures together. If you didn't watch it last year, you missed out, because this is carrying over each year. This is going to be the 3rd year. The story kind of continues. We are almost there. Hands on our own trophy. Anyway, but yeah, the Road to Anywhere is coming back early this year. I normally do a custom club, and I've been asked if I'm doing a custom club. I mean, I've done one every year for years. Manchester Central, Tame Valley, Denton Villa, Manchester Central again. But not a lot of people watch them, even though I love them to pieces. I just want to do things that everyone loves, and I think a lot of people love the Road to Anywhere. It's going to be different than last year. It's going to be a way more challenging for me than last year. I think we're going to see if it is or not. But I can't wait to carry on that story. I think going on an adventure around the world is some of the most fun we have on my channel. I can't wait to get some stories out there as well, but they take time. There's loads of stuff I want to do. But yeah, I think I want to do a few Erling Haaland videos. Enjoyed the Haaland stuff I did last year. There's 2 I want to do. One of him just on his own, and then him and someone else, because there's this debate that was going on TV a while back, and it just gave me an idea for a video. So there's going to be little ones here and there. Whenever I can make a video, I'll make one. But anyway, it's half time. I think City are drawing, at the minute we're winning. We look much better than Chelsea, don't we? I think. Okay, so no changes. I do like the 5 sub rule. I think a few of you said you don't, especially if you're a weaker team, if you haven't really got the bench for it. It does help being a club like this, I think. When you've got 5 good players who can come on off the bench, it can really change a game, and I think it has done for me. Sometimes it don't work. Oh, go on, Ante. We always somehow recovered that. Well done, son. And then balloons it. But it's great seeing all your comments. Thank you for everyone who welcomed me back, because I just pretty much play all year round. So, you know, when I have a couple of weeks off, it does feel like an eternity for me. I really miss it. I just felt like I just need to recharge a little bit before the new game come out. But thank you for all the nice comments, and it was just great listening to what you all doing. I think a lot of us are the same. We all like to start with a club we support. I think that's something I used to always do before I came on YouTube. Always United. And then you go and try different things out, don't you? I will always advise you, though, if you're struggling, go on a journeyman. Just load up a load of random leagues in a certain part of the world. You don't have to have every league on. Go, oh, Victor, I thought I was going to chip him. You know, pick Eastern Europe, pick Asia, pick somewhere you'll think, oh, it's shit. Promise you, it's the best fun you'll ever have. Okay, Garnacho is on the left. I've also brought Casemiro on for Ericsson, who was on a yellow. I was going to make another change or so, but I don't want to mess it up too much. I think we're holding on here. And at the minute, Watford are winning anyway. Watford are winning. I love Watford. Beating City 3-2. Absolutely scenes, man. Brilliant. I don't want to concede, though. I don't want it to be squeaky bum time. Do you know what I mean? No squeaky bum time. Well done, Costa. Not a bad keeper. There's times when I've been a bit... yeah. But I was a bit, yeah, with David De Gea, do you know what I mean? He's alright. I think he's decent. He's still a young lad, isn't he? I mean, his best years are way ahead of him. It's his first season here. It's good young keeper, so... there's other areas we need to strengthen, and honestly, I can't wait. Get rid of the Rashfords of Lindelof, see what I can bring in, see what I've got to play with again. Do you know what I mean? I've sold off a lot of my talent, so I'm not going to be able to do that. Do the youth players, and they are back in this. Oh! I mean, even if City score, we both draw, that's fine, innit? Because we are ahead. It's still, I would have rather have won. So we've got 6 minutes of injury time as well. Christ, there's like 4 minutes left. Come on, Victor. Trying to find Anthony. Can't. Just, oh my God, what the hell? That is the last player I expect to do something like that. Here's Sterling, good save. But anyway, second season in, one of the main trophies I wanted to win was the Premier League, which is brilliant. I mean, first time I'm seeing this. I do quite like this. They've made a bit of an improvement, even with the bog standard one, aren't they? It's good. It's one of my targets. I want to win the Prem. I'd like to win the Champions League, but I'm not done yet. I want to play a good few seasons this. Let's have some fun with Manchester United. Let's see what I can do. Because I don't think like we are champions quality. Genuinely, don't even know I've just won the league. I am not happy with this squad and its consistency. Unbelievable. Watford beat Manchester City 3-2. What? Watford? Crazy. But yeah, champions. So let's see who won what. Well, Wolves said they were a good side this year. They won the Carabao Cup, beating Aston Villa 2-0. Liverpool won the FA Cup again, yeah, because they did domestic double last year, didn't they? They beat Everton. We weren't in it, but an English team were. Chelsea. They might be shit in the Prem, but they got to the final, but they got beat on penalties off Atletico Madrid. And of course, we knew City are in the Champions League, but Real Madrid have won 3 on the bounce again, beating them 4-0. And there you go, look, all that money comes in. Cleared all that debt and we still got another 130 million stuck in that bank, so 94 million still to spend. 600 grand available in them wages already, which is fantastic. You can wiggle that about, and then whoever can get rid of, more wages, more transfer funds, new players coming in. I didn't show you this last year, I'm running out of time, but I did win a couple of manager of the months last year, and obviously we won the Europa League. This year I won a few, and I also won manager of the year. Check me out, picking up 2 trophies. Getting back there. We're getting back there, but I don't feel like we're there. So there we go. That is the end of episode 2, season 2 of Project 23 with Manchester United. Again, thank you for sitting through this with me. You are a true gent, proper legend, and hopefully you'll come back for episode 3, season 3. Should be out on Sunday because I'm off this weekend, and the way my work is this week, if you don't know, I'm a bus driver, and the rota I do, we do all the schools are all in my rota. And it's half term, so when there's no schools in, you still get paid, we don't have to work. So plenty of time to get stuck in to the game. So yeah, Sunday, keep your eyes out for the next one. I can't wait to get my hands on the editor. Got so many little ideas for videos that I can't do yet because the editor don't come out till the full game comes out. And again, get involved in the comments. Let me know what you're up to in the game, how your saves are going. Don't just tell me who you are. Let me know how you're doing. I love knowing about how we're all getting on. It really interests me. So stay happy, stay safe. I'm Booed. Bye bye.